Dear friends, I guess you will agree with me that this conference has gone well and that we have learned all kinds of things. I can say for myself that I have managed to stay completely focused all the time despite my physical age, what is not true at all the time. And therefore I believe that the conference deserves the SK Press tag, and it is a worthy source in the series of the European Academy of Science and Arts conferences entitled Next Europe. The great number of you know that the conference was planned to take place on the 13th of October. However, it came about that due to the unfortunate circumstance, the pass away of the first president of the Slovak President Michal Kovács, the number of people who were engaged in the conference could not participate. It was decided to postpone the conference by 6 weeks. At that time, I said to Professor Kašaj that, assumably, lots of our efforts have come to naught, and it would not be easy to get the people who had been arranged to come here a year in advance back at the conference again. Today I congratulate you, Štefan, that talking plainly, you have managed to drive so many significant personalities into the castle, and I know that you did not fiddle with some of them at all. Thanks to that, we have learned the number of interesting ideas. The life wisdom words of former presidents, ambassadors, public servants, as well as government officers have been heard at the conference. I have learned a lot. At the same time, it is important to say that some matters sounded a bit platitudinous and cliched. It is necessary to separate the wheat from the chaff. For example, take a term like faith in Europe. It has been pronounced several times in here today. The Pope John Paul II wrote the encyclical titled Fides et Ratio, that is, Science and Faith. The encyclical is based on the idea that science and faith are the two mutual tools for understanding the truth, nature, life, society, man, and that faith starts where intellect ends. Thus, does faith in Europe means that we cannot understand it via the intellect? Honestly, after the current president of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, undertook his office, there are many things we cannot understand via the intellect. Imagine that we will count national patriotism up and get European patriotism. If we express patriotism by means of a vector having its length and direction, then I have a feeling that the European patriotisms are vectors aiming at all the possible space directions, and if we count them up, we will get null, zero. On the other hand, it seems to me that populism is exercised and expressed by means of vectors having the same direction, so it is very dangerous to count the European populism up. We will get populism that will be perhaps even deeper than the one introduced by the current American president. I'm trying to express that it is necessary to analyze what we have heard at the conference. I'm pleased that some of the conference contributions are in written form, and that those that are not in a written form are captured and will be transcribed and archived. And perhaps they could be analyzed by independent analysts who do not work for global banks or other banks or governments or major political parties, but who will try to look at the matters from the independent viewpoint. Then, if this document is created, I would recommend the President of the Academy to charge the Institute of Political Sciences to analyze and comment on these matters. Then it might happen what Mr. Demes has clamored for, that the president of the academy be better noticeable, at least for a moment, perhaps a little bit better noticeable than Mr. Kotleba. I would say that there is other way to achieve that Mr. Kotleba be not noticed so much. For example, if we force him to instruct the public not about what he's instructing them now, but to instruct them about the fact that, like for instance, the emylium foam is good for train bumpers and that cancer can be treated by putting functionalized magnetic nanoparticles into tumors, that would prevent the whole organism from the load. Zia es potencia. Friends, thank you for participating in this conference, and thank you for your presence. Have a nice and entertaining moment spent here in this castle within the following unofficial program. Thank you.